Think about it. Almost everything in your business, and I would extend it to your life entirely. Everything in your life and everything in your business hinges on your capacity to respond to the perceived reality. Every minute, the way you feel in your body, the way you sense your energy, your inner narrative as you're about to make a decision, all of these factors have a critical impact on the way your business to business, or in fact, anything, any professional tasks or personal tasks. It's all about how you feel. Well, you probably know the common say that, we make decisions emotionally, and we spend our time rationalizing our decisions. Right before this video, I rebooted my computer. And after I rebooted it, I thought it's interesting how rebooting our devices is such a common theme. It's such a normal thing to do. We've learned. Now, I was born before personal computers were popular, but around the mid 80s, I was fortunate enough to be the happy owner of a computer. And one of the first things that I remember I learned was how to reboot the computer. And since then, it became second nature. Anything I have a device that doesn't work or could work better, then I reboot it. So interesting that the narrative around reboot is so common when we deal with technology, except for when we have to deal with us, with our body as the technology. And very often time, the quality of our decision, as I just explained in the intro of this video, the quality of our decision, the quality of our actions, the quality of our thoughts, our interactions with people, it hinges on how we feel, how we are, and it hinges on the fact that we don't take time to reboot enough. Similar to how we reboot our devices, how we reboot our car, our phones, our computers, our everything. We should be rebooting our body. We should be rebooting our mind. It's interesting, and that led me to a quote by Anne Lamott that I saw one of my colleagues share today on one of the social media platforms that I browse. And the quote goes almost like this. I'm gonna see if I memorized it well. Almost everything will work better after you're rebooted, and that includes you. In fact, now I feel like I should pull the exact quote, because because I'm not doing I'm not doing a favor here. There it is. Almost everything will work again if you unplug it for a few minutes, including you. Right. Okay. I'm glad I pulled it for you guys. So you will work better if you unplug yourself just for a few minutes. And the beauty is that you can be even a few seconds, 30 seconds, you say. So what is 30 seconds in your business day? What is a series of 30 seconds reboot in your business days? Probably doesn't take a lot of time by definition. Maybe if you sum them up and you do this 6 times, that's basically 3 minutes. 3 minutes of your time during the day could highly improve the quality of your thoughts, decisions, relationship, and so on. Just like when you reboot your computer. And I'm wondering first of all, I'm wondering if you've thought about this. And second of all, I'm wondering if you practice some sort of reboot during the day. I started doing this. I think I started doing this many years ago, but kind of intuitively, or I wasn't conscious, but I felt sometimes like I needed to go for a walk or grab a cup of coffee or just open the window. And I remember a particular meeting where I really consciously, it was around the word 2001. And one of somebody, I would call her a healer, or she taught me to breathe. I think she was a doctor or a healer. I can't remember. Sorry about that. It was a while ago. But she taught me to breathe differently. And she made me aware that my breathing patterns were very, very shallow, and I could really use some different breathing techniques. And she taught me this for many months, actually 2 or 3 years. And I remember this meeting in the early 2000s where I used that technique to reboot myself uh, during the meeting. The meeting wasn't going very well. I was tense. There was a lot of tension in the room. And I took a moment to just kind of close my eyes gently and reboot myself for just 30 seconds, and then stood up a little more straight on my chair, flattened my feet on the ground, and started breathing differently. Fortunately, somebody else was talking, and so that bought me a little bit of time. I got a little unnoticed, which was easier for me at the time to do. It's something I would actually do without a problem now. I would just say, "Hey guys, I just need to reboot for a moment." I would ask permission, or I would just say, I need to do this," even in an in-person meeting. But at the time, it was a new practice for me. And I attribute to that moment the fact that I was able to, at least for me, and the conversation I was leading, I was able to steer the conversation in a much, much better direction. And that was a kind of aha moment for me. And since that day, I've been looking for techniques and other ways to reboot my energy, reboot my sense of calm, and ground myself. So here's an incomplete, non-exhaustive list of the things that I do on a daily basis. And again, I'm sharing that with you because I'd love for you to tell me what you guys do, because my list is not perfect, and I'm always looking for new ways to reboot. So breathing exercises, as I just say, but sometimes it's just stretching a little bit my shoulder and just letting my arms, um, you know, uh, limp, and just feeling the weight of my arms. It's just that just helps me reduce the tension in my shoulder. So just that is helpful. It could be also opening the window. So right behind the screen here, I have a window. I have a shade, and then I open it and I crack the window up and I just breathe some fresh air. Playing some music, 30 seconds, maybe a song. 2 or 3 minutes is about the time that it takes for a song. So music helps me re-energize. These are things that are so essential because in our work, we we are, again, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but we are so dependent on that level of energy, right? Um, uh, that energy that we have, that very specific personal energy that we bring to our interactions, that we bring to our work, whether it's creative work or analytical work or managerial work or leadership or technical work or engineering work, spiritual work, healing work. It's highly, highly influenced by our energy. So we constantly talk about energy. Listen to yourself. You will hear yourself use the word energy quite a few times during the day. And yet we don't pay attention enough to our source of energy, and we take it for granted. We wake up in the morning and we're so glad that we're on, we're ready to go. Maybe if we're lucky, we can take a nap, take a break a little bit. But how do we and when do we consciously press the reset button and reboot our human operating system and reload all of the apps, all the cognitive processes that we have in our mind? How do we sense? How do we reconnect with our body? How do we make sure that our vibration from head to toe is aligned with who we are, what we want to do, right? I highly encourage you to develop this practice. It's one of the core pillars of what I call healthy productivity. And again, um, I don't think it's a perfect method. I don't think there is any perfect or ideal method. I think it's up to you to shape your own and find what works best for you. But the first step is to be aware of it. And that's the hope that I have thanks to this video. And then the other steps would be to build what works for you, share it with others, or borrow and trade and create your own practice. So again, I look forward to hearing what you guys use to reboot your energy, be at your best, and build the business that you're ought to build. In body, in your mind, in your spirits, and everywhere. Thank you. And I will see you very, very soon. I'm going to reboot.